We're gonna make some roast chicken today. Get a chicken, it doesn't have to be organic, it doesn't have to be anything special, but just keep it around 4 pounds, give or take. It'll have good flavor when it's smaller, you'll be able to control the cooking better. Once they get bigger than 4 pounds, you know, they're just not real. I've got salt, pepper, and olive oil, which is a common trifecta in many of my recipes. We have a little red pepper for heat, thyme to add some fresh herbs to it, cinnamon, sort of like a warming spice, and it adds something, you know, interesting to your chicken that's different than most people have. Olives, I'm using Castelvetrano olives because I'm fancy pants today, but honestly, you can use any kind of olive you want. Preserved half a lemon here that we're gonna use. You can use regular lemon too. Butter, and some garlic and onion. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna put a little bit of vinegar in here. I'm using sherry vinegar, but you could use apple cider vinegar if you want. When you get the chicken out of the bag, the first thing you wanna do is look deep into its thighs. There's a bag of giblets, or giblets. Discard them. We're gonna get some paper towel here. I'm not using my chicken hand.
So you shouldn't suck your thumb or anything?
No sucking your thumb after touching the chicken. That's for you, Zach. There is no benefit to rinsing the chicken off. All you're doing is spreading bacteria in your sink. Just don't do it. Hey, Alex, why did the chicken cross itself?
Why?
Because it was a devout Catholic. Always wash your hands after handling chicken. If you have an olive pitter, good for you. If you bought olives without pits in them, good for you. Unfortunately, I don't have either. I just take the knife, you smash it. And then once you've smashed the olive, you can just pull the pit right out. Now we're gonna get some preserved lemon. I'm only gonna take one of the quarters here and I'm gonna mince it up too. When you're cutting something like this, slide the knife forward as you cut. Then once you get into smaller bits, you can do the, get out of my way. Drop that in with our olives. Then we're gonna throw some thyme in there, about 3 sprigs worth. I think when people use sprigs in order to tell you what's in the recipe, it's just sort of their way of cheating and not actually giving you a measurement. So about this much thyme. Hold it by the tip. You just pull down and the leaves come right off. We're gonna take a teaspoon of cinnamon, toss it in there. And then we're gonna take a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Yeah, there you go. Just however spicy you like it. I like chicken to have a little bit of heat to it. I'm gonna take about a tablespoon of kosher salt. Oh yeah, you can watch the salt video to learn more. A couple grinds of black pepper. 3 to 4 medium cloves of garlic. Take your 2 tablespoons of butter, drop it in there. Oh God, it won't come out. A little bit of that fork play. Some olive oil, I'd say 2 tablespoons worth. 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. Let's also put in a teaspoon of sherry vinegar. This is just gonna brighten up the mix. So we're also gonna stuff some things into the cavity of the chicken in a very platonic way. Well, the chicken's dead, so it's not like. And anyway, cut off the end of the onion, cut it in half. Then the garlic too, I'm not even gonna bother ripping the skin off it. I'm just gonna chop it down the middle here. I've got a little roasting pan I'm gonna use, just in case anything gets burny at the bottom. It's easier to clean if I've lined the bottom with foil. Hey, Alex.
Yeah?
Why did the chicken cross the T? Because otherwise someone might mistake it for a 1, a lowercase l or something. Put the chicken breast up. You want the wings to be pointing up at you. If you put all the stuff on the outside of the skin, it's just gonna fall off when it cooks and it's not gonna flavor the meat. You're gonna wanna get underneath the skin. You wanna look at where the chicken and the meat meet. And you wanna get your finger up in there and just gently pull them apart. You can see your finger now underneath the skin of the chicken. Separate the chicken meat from the skin. And then we want to get in the drumstick a little too, so you can sort of navigate over and just be, you know, gentle yet firm. And you're just gonna stuff some things on either side. And then you can actually, from the outside, push it around. Just do that for a while until you feel comfortable having violated the chicken enough. Rub the cavity with it a little. All right, so we get all that done. Woo! And we'll shove our onion in there, and then one of these lemons, and then some garlic, thyme, and then another onion, and then some more garlic. Get the chicken to cross its legs, like it went to finishing school. Notice that the cavity closes up. And when the cavity closes up, this moisture is going to stay inside the chicken. It's going to keep the legs close to the body, and it'll cook more evenly and not dry out the breasts from the inside. If you want to skip the step altogether, that's okay with me. I don't cut the tips off of these guys because I'm just like too lazy. So now we have our beautiful ready to go roast chicken. Let's go stick it in the oven. Oh, I didn't even tell you. I've had the oven preheating to 325 this whole time. It's smelling really fantastic. We have an unfortunate rupture at the top of the chicken right now, but that's cool. You can see the juices are sort of raw. It's like uncooked in the foil. So we know the insides, they're not cooked yet. So because I don't have a baster, I'm just gonna do a little trick here in a two-step basting process. Woo! And then you can check on it again in another, 15 minutes or so. It's looking real good. The skin has started to tear a little bit up here. If you're cooking it at 325 degrees, is usually indicating that you're about done. The skin tore in a couple places, but it doesn't really matter. It's gonna be delicious. I wanna save the juices that come out of the chicken because I wanna pour them over the chicken later. Tilt my cutting board so that it is angled slightly down into the sink. Let's move the chicken over. I'll stick a little. Watch your fingers though, might be a little hot. You can take a bowl or something, whatever fits in your sink. And I'm gonna put it down here so that I can collect the juices. If it were uncooked, the juices that were coming out of this would be pretty cloudy, but since they're fairly clear, that's a good indication that this is cooked enough. I'll take off this trussing twine right here. And here's the tricky part. If you just start peeling away, it'll start to reveal itself, and then we can just be like, oh, okay, so that's where we need to go. And oh, look, it just separated for us. How nice is that? In the bowl. Cut down through the legs. Look at all that good stuff that's coming through there. Boom. We have now successfully delegged the chicken. Now let's do the breast. If we look at the breastbone in the middle here, we want to go on either side of it because we can't cut straight through the bone. So we just go a little bit to this. Well, I ripped the skin. What are you gonna do? Cut the side of it. Ooh, this one I did much better because I got all the way down, and then we can cut in through the side at where the bottom is. We've now carved the breast off. Just butcher it now. Honestly, I don't care about technique. Where the leg's attached, there's right on the other side of it, there's a little pocket of meat. It's called the thigh oyster. And you can tell because when you peel it out, we get like this perfect oyster size shape. This little piece of chicken is super delicious. And it's yours because you cooked the chicken. I know it looks disgusting, but it's so good. Reserve the juices from this and just pour it over the chicken as you're serving it. If a little bit of it gets dry, this helps because it'll rehydrate the chicken with its own flavors and it's delicious. So I got a leg here. I'm gonna take a bite into it and I'll report back shortly. I know that wasn't very elegant, but I just love this chicken. It's so good. It's just got that kick from the olives and from the vinegar. It's rich from the olive oil and the butter. The lemons like punch it up a little bit in brightness. I don't know what to say other than make some chicken.